Welcome back, students. Today we are here again with some new topics from the chapter Rebels and the Raj. Today we are going to discuss first about the rumors, prophecies, and truth from the chapter. Now, first of all, tell me one thing, what do you mean by the word rumor? Yes, rumor means for something that is not true and that is only based on the hearsay by the people. Is that thing logical? Is that thing actually true? That people don't know but still they start believing something only after hearing. That type of statement or that type of some situation is called as a rumor. Prophecies, that means the superstitions and false belief of the people. So now here we are going to discuss about some of the rumors and prophecies related to 1857 revolt, which actually made the first and the immediate cause for the revolt. Here, as in the picture, you can see there are some Indians and some Europeans, and these pictures are telling some stories. If we talk about the rumors and prophecies, first of all, already being discussed that the soldiers in British Army, they were told to use a new cartridge that was made up of the fat of cow and pig grease. That means the greasing that was done on that cartridges of the guns, of the new guns, they were polished with the grease made up of with the fat of cows and pigs. And this thing was actually not suiting the religious interest and religious ideological thinking of both the Hindus and the Muslims. We have already talked it about. So, what happened after that? Due to all such situations, the people, specifically the soldiers, when they were told for the first time to use that new gun with that new cartridge, and the one lacking point of that new cartridge was that cartridge was to be bite with the teeth, and this was totally negligible for the people, for specifically either they are the Hindu people or they are the Muslim people. So the Nawab of Awadh, he was also loyal to the British East India Company from the very beginning, but the loyalty of Awadh was of no significance to Lord Dalhousie's imperialistic ambition. And finally, Awadh was also annexed on 13 Feb 1856. So this was again another thing that made very important reason for the Nawab of Awadh and even the other people like the talukdars, like the peasants and like the common people of Awadh to join the 1857 revolt with a high interest. So basically, at one side, the rumors and prophecies, and the other side, the expansionist policies of the Britishers played a very important role in the immediate cause of 1857 revolt. Side by side, the joining of revolt by such numbers of leaders, princes, queens, kings, and common people. The rumors that we were talking about, they actually raised panic among the people. Apart from the cartridge rumor, there was one another rumor that people were told that in the British ration shops, whatever flour was being sold, that is mixed with the powder of bones of cows and pigs. That was again another rumor that totally threatened the religious mind of both the Hindus and the Muslims. And even we know that as the people were very much dissatisfied, angry, and exploited due to all the British economic and expansionist policies, obviously the people could easily believe these rumors. They could easily believe these rumors because the image of the Britishers that they were having in their minds, was actually suiting all the rumors that they were listening to. So we have talked that why did people believe in the rumors due to all such situations. Whether we talk about Awadh, or we talk about Jhansi, or we talk about Nana Sahib, Bahadur Shah Zafar, the condition of artisans, peasants, zamindars, talukdars, they all were suffering due to the British policies. And due to these things, this was very easy for the people to believe in the rumors that were actually making them more against the Britishers. Now, Awadh in revolt. We have already talked that on the ground of misgovernance, Awadh was annexed finally in 1856. But the background for this annexation was already being prepared much earlier. And as we can see that Lord Dalhousie in 1851, the then Governor General of India, he told about Awadh that Awadh is a cherry that will drop into our mouth one day. And finally, 5 years later, in 1856, the kingdom was formally annexed to the British Empire. Not only that, the British also became interested in acquiring the territory of Awadh. They felt that the soil there was very good for production indigo and cotton, and the region was ideally located to be developed into the principal market of Upper India. So, first of all, the finding of fertile alluvial soil, and secondly, the central location of Awadh made the Britishers very much attracted to capture the territories of it. And finally, Lord Dalhousie's annexations created disaffection in all the areas and principalities that were annexed, but nowhere more so than in the kingdom of Awadh in the heart of North India. Nawab Wazid Ali Shah was dethroned and exiled to Calcutta on the plea that the region was being misgoverned. So, the widespread sense of grief and loss at the Nawab's exile was recorded by many contemporary observers. They tell us that how the people became so much dissatisfied when the Nawab was forced to exile to Calcutta, and he was forced to be dethroned on the charge of misgovernance. Now we can see some other pictures. Warrior Begum of Awadh, the untold story of Begum Hazrat Mahal, who finally led the revolt of 1857, and on March 6, 1858, led by the British Commander-in-Chief Colin Campbell, thousands of British troops, English, Scottish, Sikh, Bengali, and even Nepali began the final assault of the ancient city of Lucknow. Now there are some pictures that will tell more about the expansion of 1857 revolt. As we know that this revolt, which started from Meerut by Mangal Pandey, on the rumor of the cartridges being greased by the fats of cows and pigs, finally this revolt became so widespread from a sepoy mutiny. Finally this revolt became in the form of a common uprising a nationwide revolt, specifically the North India and East India became totally participated in the revolt. After that, here is one another topic, Firangi Raj and the end of a world. So, what actually the rebels wanted, they wanted to end the Firangi Raj, that means the British Raj, and they also wanted for an alternative Hindu rule for them in place of the British rule. Shivanath Sharan Singh with his wife, as you can see, he was a talukdar from Awadh who fought very bravely against the Britishers. He actually supported the rebels with the resources, with the money, with guns, arms, and he is very renowned for helping the rebels. And he was a talukdar in Awadh. The Awadh region of UP, spread over 13 districts, continues to have a hangover of its feudal past. And this feudal past is having so many talukdars. Among them, one was Shivanath Sharan Singh. Now, what the rebels wanted? Yes. First of all, the rebels, according to the proclamations given by Bahadur Shah Zafar and later on the proclamations given by different other Muslim princes, the rebels basically wanted the unity among the Hindus and the Muslims. We know that the Hindus and the Muslims were living harmoniously until the Mughal rule ended. But after coming of the Britishers in India, after taking the political control of India by the Britishers, and their expansionist policy and the policy of divide and rule finally started making the relationship between the Hindus and Muslims hostile. But again, this was a situation where we can see that the Hindus and Muslims again came together, fought together, and struggled back together against the Britishers. According to the proclamations, it was totally called that all the sections of societies and all the religions uh, and the followers of the religions, they should come together if they want to eradicate the Britishers from our country. So basically we can see that the rebel proclamation in 1857 repeatedly appealed to all sections of the population irrespective of their caste and creed, that even the Muslim princes, whenever they declared any proclamation, they totally took care that no sentiment of the Hindus should be threatened. After that, the rebels also wanted to fight against the symbols of operation, against the symbols of British Raj, like the British flag, like the public places specially meant for the Britishers or the Europeans. So the rebels also wanted to destroy all the signs and symbols of the Britishers.